One of the most common ways of selling on Amazon is arbitrage products. Today we're going to use the categories and brands tools to talk about how we can find products that we can buy repeatedly rather than just trying to find one-off items through clearance sales. Let's start off in our categories tool. The first thing to think about will obviously be which category do we want to sell in. If you're looking for something that you can repeatedly buy, your best bet is some type of consumable, something people use up and then they need another one. There's a lot of options here. Going in alphabetical order, arts, crafts, and sewing. It's a lot of stuff that you put it, you paint it on there and then you don't get to reuse it. So we'll start out here. We can set a minimum product count, minimum monthly revenue, just to make sure that these are established brands and not, anything too random. It is better when doing arbitrage to make sure you're working with stuff that's already established. And the advantage of using the categories tool is that when we set filters in the grid here, we can actually save those filters so that we don't have to remember what did I do that other time. You just have it. I would get rid of any dominant sellers. So Spoonflower, this brand, the dominant seller is Spoonflower. I mean, they're selling their own product. That's not anything that you're gonna be able to access very easily. So we'll just unselect all and we'll only do blanks. So that leaves us only with brands that do not have a dominant seller. At the top, we have products that don't have a brand. That could end up being good. You're less likely to be restricted. Doesn't have a high brand score or a high rating. Personally, I would want to look for something with a higher rating than this, but this just comes back to, what type of product you're looking for and the different kinds of filters you might want to set. So one option would be just looking at high ticket items that are kind of high risk, high reward. You only sell one a month, but you make $50 on each one. Maybe this is our filter for big ticket items. And we can just call this big ticket. And then we know that that's available and we don't have to try hard to find that. And then we can make any changes we want for finding items that are gonna sell a little more consistently, even if they don't make quite as much money per sale. Maybe we wanna change this to something in the range of 20 to 40. People don't care quite as much when they're buying a cheaper product, how high of quality it is. And maybe we want a max size and something that's gonna have at least an okay rating. And here we go. Now we have a list of brands that we can also cut out Amazon if we want to. Maybe just 10%, because if they're only on one listing, I don't necessarily want to rule out, here we have 1,000 products to choose from. Amazon's on 3% of them. That's still hundreds of products I can look at. So from here, we can export this list and you can start researching these brands. Do you have a store near your home that supplies these brands? Can you find an outlet online that most people have never heard of and don't care to look for? They just know Amazon probably has it, so they don't do any extra research. You can also dig into the brand here, and then you can export this list if you have something else that you want to dig into a little deeper. This will also show you where they're selling products in other categories. So from here, I think we can move into using the brands tool. The biggest difference with the brands is we can get a lot more specific with our initial search criteria, and then unfortunately we can't save these searches. This time, if you don't want to set a category, you don't have to, but we can come up with a couple things here. Let's do 10% again. Since we can't cut out a dominant seller, I'll go with 1.1 just to make sure that we don't have just one consistent seller on a brand and maybe 6 for a maximum. We'll go with the 20 to 40 price again. How many zeros do I have there? We'll go with a max size. Minimum reviews, and how about a max of 0 FBA sellers? That way it's really easy for you to get the buy box. So this seller at the top looks promising. High monthly revenue estimate, 1% Amazon in stock rate, okay reviews, but a decent brand score. So why don't we take a look at them, and we can see what their products are down here, and we can also look at who the sellers are. And they have about 10 sellers. World Pet Center does a lot. Then there's other oh, they do sell some of their own products. That's interesting. But there's definitely other people who are able to get in here. You can see these are the 2 products that Amazon is in, so from here you could filter again. So maybe at this point you would say, now I only want Amazon at 0%. And at the top here we have product with decent monthly revenue, quality rating. Why don't we open that up? Okay, so this product's actually unavailable right now, which can be really good for you if you are able to find it, because that means you can set the price at pretty much whatever you want. Back here, did it give us the, so the buy box price was around $30. So if you can find it and sell it for around $30, even if it ends up going up to $35, $40, you know, you won't get tons of sales, but you'll probably get a couple. And then you have a guaranteed seller with no competition. And then you just get a lot of products like this. And then you've got yourself a decent range of products that you can be selling from. So this should be a good place for you to start to find some key brands and categories to look in. Best of luck in your searching.